We back. Baby, we back. And they paying $44. We back. We back. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your man, CJ Kyles, aka High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video, another stream, if you will. A little bit impromptu. I know I got to do a better job and start informing y'all when I go live. So y'all see the title. First of all, let me just say thank you for you all for watching. We almost have 1,400 subscribers, and I appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with me through the journey. Got a few things we're gonna talk about today, but before we get into that, my name is CJ, aka High Value Nurse. I'm an LPN in transition to getting his RN, and what I do here is talk about nursing for the most part. Like 90% of this channel is dedicated to nursing, but the other 10% is dedicated to self-improvement, and becoming the best version of yourself. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I will ask you all to do as you come on in is to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out a lot. It doesn't cost you a quarter. And I know a lot of y'all is nurses, so y'all can afford it anyway. You feel me? Shout out to Henry in the building. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Like I said, it was an impromptu stream this morning. I wasn't even going to do nothing, but I saw this pop up in my feed. So I said, let me go ahead and do it. Let me go ahead and talk to the family and give them some content. It's been a minute since I did a live. So I said, you know what? Why not do a live? Why not do a live? So how have y'all been doing, ladies and gentlemen? How have y'all been doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a lot going on since we last spoke, since we last talked. Fortunately, the tragedy down in Texas had occurred where those babies lost their lives due to that crazed domestic terrorist. Um, there's been a lot of stuff going on, man. This world is getting very, very crazy. And not just in nursing, but the world period. The world period has been going crazy. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up something for y'all real quick. But yeah. Yep. I don't know, man. Like my heart just like when I found out about that, it really just rubbed me the wrong way, man. All those babies that, or they was babies and they lost their lives to a coward. To a coward. And I saw a clip of the shooter's mother saying that please forgive him. He had his reasons. And I thought that was interesting because how do you forgive something like that? Now, I don't have children. But how do you forgive something like that? But I digress. That's a whole different show. But again, my heart goes out to the families of those individuals that lost somebody in that tragic thing. What's going on, Samantha? Stress agency LPN with this ridiculous inflation and long-term care staff shortages. We're going to get into that later on in the show. I just got off work not too long ago. I had to stay 2 extra hours because they were short, and I'm agency, and I didn't have to stay. Well, I kind of did because it was like nobody there, but it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. We're gonna get into that. Um, but yeah, man, I'm less than 30 days away from vacation. I'm very excited about that. I will be documenting that and putting some of that on this channel. But for those of you who are interested to see how vacation goes for me, I need y'all to head over to the Traveling Heartbeats YouTube channel. It's the Traveling Heartbeats YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you get to see the monthly trips that's starting June. June 24th actually is the day that we leave. But let's get into it. My first story I wanted to talk about. I wanted to put some respect. I wanted to put some respect on one of the pioneers that have paved the way for nurses like myself. Um, One of the pioneers that have, you know, laid the foundation in nursing and everything like that. One of the pioneers, and I do consider this woman a pioneer because she was in the game long before me, before I was thought of, and she experienced things that most of us will probably never experience. And I wanted to take the time to really put some respect on her name. So if you'll give me a few moments to go ahead and pull this up, because it's not going to be all negative, but I did want to put some respect on this woman's name. This groundbreaker right here, this is a woman, Miss Barbara Williams, RN, ER nurse. She's retiring after 53 years with the Memorial Healthcare System. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to put some respect on her name because 53 years. Let me tell you something. Salute to that woman. Because I'm going to keep it so real with y'all. I ain't trying to spend 56 years doing this at all. I'm going to keep it a stack. I am constantly researching every day about ways to generate passive income, investments, stocks, day trading, all that good stuff. I am investing in myself so I can learn all these things to create passive income and eventually hit millionaire status, because I'm telling you, trading time for money is not the business. It's a good way to get started, but trading that time for money is really not the business whatsoever. So I want to give a real shout out to Nurse Barbara Williams, who spent 53 years in this game, in the system. You feel me? It says that, hold on, let me see. Let me play the video.
We have an amazing quality of life.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know.
With all of the amenities that anybody could want.
So, okay. So I think this is an ad. All right. Okay. Let's get to the. All right. I think they're going to talk about it now.
Finally, here at 5:30, a trailblazing South Florida nurse is set to retire, but not before looking back on a career defined by critical care, passion, and longevity.
Karen Hensel has her story in the 7 Spotlight.
Barbara Williams knows her way around an emergency room, which makes sense because this is where she has spent her life's work for more than 50 years.
I just loved everything about it. That's when I knew that this was my passion and this is what I would do for the rest of my life.
Barbara attended Broward Public Schools when they were still segregated. She did not know growing up she would end up in nursing.
I applied at Memorial and was hired. I had a young child at that time, 3-month-old. So I really needed to work.
That was in 1969. This September, Barbara's career will have spanned a remarkable 53 years, all with the Memorial Healthcare System.
The high moments are when you have a patient come in that's critically ill, and that patient come back to see you to say that, you know what, you guys saved my life.
I just have to stop it there for a second because if you, like I said, if you have been in this game for 53 years, if you have been in this game 53 years, man, you really do have to have a love. And not just love, but I'm talking about a love, a real passion for what you do. This is why I spend so much time focusing on this side of nursing or this avenue, right? This outlet, because I love media. I love podcasting. I love talking. Nursing is a stepping stone, is a platform to where I can make this pop off. You dig? So I respect Miss Barbara Williams because I know she has seen things within this field that some of us will probably never see. You dig? So I just wanted to go ahead and put some libations and respect on her name. I'm gonna go ahead and let them finish their little story.
Memorial says Barbara is the longest serving employee in its history.
Now hold on. Now you know when now follow me for a second. Now you know when they get these lifetime awards or where they honor people and everything like that. Like me, for instance, like if I was Barbara, I don't need no news coverage. I don't need no plaque. I don't need no award. I don't need none of that. Where's the check? All that y'all can save all that. That's cool and everything like that. Y'all want to go to brunch? Cool. We can go get some roof Chris at the steakhouse or whatever. Y'all want to give me an award? Cool. Let me have the award. But honestly, I'm gonna keep it a stack. We don't need none of that. I don't need none of that. Run me a check, huh? Give me something tangible. I'm not saying that Miss Barbara may be totally fine. I'm totally speaking for me at this point, but I'm sure look, run the check. Can I get something tangible? The news story is cool. I appreciate that. But where is the check? Cut the check. And who knows? Maybe they did cut the check behind the scenes. So let me give them the benefit of the doubt. But who knows? Anyway, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
At the time when I went there, I was the only African American nurse at that particular time that I recall. I was frightened at first, but then the people there treated me with so much respect that I lost that. I had no more fear. And I think if you provide respect, you will get the respect back.
Over the decades, Barbara Williams has made some history of her own here at Memorial. She was the first Black person to hold a nurse leadership position in the ER. Her promotions include assistant head nurse, trauma center manager, and interim director.
I view her as a trailblazer because I know when she started, the times have changed, and when she started, it was more difficult than today.
Vera Burke is the director of emergency services at Memorial Hospital Miramar. Barbara hired her in 1998. Now she is Barbara's boss and friend.
When I started, I didn't feel different because I saw somebody like me in that position. She mentored us. She showed us not only how to be a nurse, but to be a great nurse.
A great nurse, and Vera says a calming presence under pressure.
She kept all of us stable. So when the adrenaline hits and we all running around and going crazy, she kept us calm.
And while Barbara still has that patience, she no longer works in the ER with patients. She handles quality control. Her office is adorned with colorful decorations, well wishes, and a whiteboard with a message.
The story that you tell yourself shapes your future.
As for her future,
I think Kenny Rogers said it. Sometimes you know when to fold it. I know when to fold it.
Barbara is set to retire from Memorial early next year, but plans to continue to lead outside the ER.
Barbara's sick of y'all. No, I'm just playing. But that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, shout out to Miss Barbara. Shout out to Miss Barbara. Now, I want to get into the next story. I want to get into the main topic of why I'm here to talk about the shortages in long-term care. So let me go ahead and get my nurse gang music back popping once again. And take these headphones off. But yeah, let's talk about it. Um, some of these comments. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, shout out to B, appreciate it, player, and I'm gonna hit you up about that Ameritrade and all that good stuff. Says she has seen the dynamic within nursing change over 50 years. Not many people can say that. I wonder what she thinks about these current times. I know that'll be, maybe I'll reach out to Miss Barbara, get an email. Maybe I should email her, email the hospital, something like that. See if I can get Miss Barbara to come on the show, talk about some of the things she's been through. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that go. But here's what here's what the main topic is about. Here is what the main topic is about. Shortages and long-term care. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am an agency nurse. I make my own schedule. I play by my own rules. I don't want to be on anybody's staff. And it's so crazy because the more I start to evolve within nursing, the more I realize that I am truly a nomad nurse. What does that mean? A nurse with no home. And it's just like, there is no, to me, it's no greater feeling than knowing that you are going to get BS at times. You are going to run into the foolishness and the silly stuff, but you get to choose when you get to do so. So, anyway, let's talk about it. It's an enormous strain. Lack of nursing home staff leads to backlogged hospital systems. Listen, I just got off work. I will show you. As a matter of fact, this is the weekend. I got over 999 notifications of people that need help. I have a list on this app of all the places that need help, that need shifts. Over 60 shifts. That's just this morning. So, yeah, it's short. And it's going to remain short. It's going to remain short. I had to stay 2 hours because it was so short and I helped with the pass. So it's just like, this is the state that we're in. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting paid regardless. It was just 2 hours, but it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And what are they going to do to change the situation? So it says short-lived relief for local hospitals. A drop in the number of COVID-19 patients is being matched by an increase of patients who can't get into the nursing homes. So what that is pretty much telling me is that, okay, cool. The numbers are going down. There's not as many people infected with C-19 no more. Let's get them to the point where they are stable. We need to get them up out of here so we can get the ones that really need a hospital bed up in here. But wait, there's more. Seems as though we have a glitch in the matrix. We cannot do that. We can't do that. Why can't we do that? Well, let's talk about it. That's a good question you asked. Let's talk about it. It says nursing homes and long-term care facilities have been hit hard by the pandemic. Hit hard by the pandemic, and many of them without the staff to keep their facilities running. People are fed up. People are tired, and this is nothing new. We've talked about shortages so many times on this channel before, but this is interesting because I never really get to hear about long-term care shortages on an outlet like this. Is usually more so geared towards the hospital, and you hear more about the hospital shortages because the hospital takes care of critically ill patients. Long-term care facilities are not designed, most of them are not designed to take care of critically ill patients. They are more so designed to take care of stable patients. So that is the goal. Once the hospital gets the patient to a place where they are stable, they need to send them out because 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 there are more sick people coming in who are in way worse situations. It says, yeah, and you were going to run into the foolish stuff and the silliness anyways, whether you're staff or agency. So you might as well do what's more convenient for you. That's real talk. That is real talk. So, but yeah, that's very much real talk. It says without prominent staff, they can't take in new residents, which leave those patients taking up valuable hospital beds. We can't leave because you ain't got the staff. You ain't got the staff. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Why you won't pay these people to come in your facilities and help out? And help out. Why won't you pay these people to work for you? What they supposed to be paid? So we can get these patients the hell up out of here and move them on to a more stable facility so we can take care of the sicker ones. Oh, yeah. Y'all didn't know I can do that. Strong Memorial Hospital has an influx of what is called alternate level care patients. Those are patients with acute care needs who need to be put in a long-term care facility. However, there is nowhere to put those patients as of now. Yeah. Yeah. They are medically nomadic. Medically, well, they're not homeless because they're in the hospital, but the hospital are trying to get them up out of there because there are more people who are more critical than they are, and they need to get in those beds, and they can't get to them. Bro, what is this? Why do this keep doing that? Okay, let me see. I hate when that happens. You are medicine director of social work and patient family services. Kelly Luther said this is a struggle across our region, but she can only speak to Strong Memorial Hospital's experience. She says, and I quote, the long-term care beds in the community, they are suffering great staffing shortages. They're trying their very best. Are they? But they simply don't have enough long-term care beds for us to move patients into, Luther said, end quote. In turn, those patients are taking up space in the hospital, which prevents healthcare providers from caring for incoming patients in the way the system designed to perform. Luther said is in the struggle, an everyday struggle. It's an enormous strain. Our focus is on delivering excellent patient care, regardless of the level of care, but recognizing it's a huge strain to our emergency department. Well, how are you going to provide excellent care if people simply aren't there to do so? You can't just put everything on a couple of people. That, by definition, will not provide you with patient care, excellent patient care. Says Skylar Parker says, I want to work in that long-term care, but the orientation, 3 days only, and that's everywhere. That's crazy. That's crazy. Are you a new nurse? Who is this dude in the corner? I thought that was me for a second. But let me get him up out of here. But that's crazy. I mean, especially for new nurses. Is that how they doing the new nurses now? I got in right before the pandemic popped off. So like I got like a good 2 months of training on orientation for new nurses. So that's why I say like the facility that I worked at when I first became a nurse, I get them credit because I did learn a lot. And it's stuff I'm learning every day, but they trained you pretty decently. And a lot of the stuff is on the job training. So um 3 days of orientation, that's crazy. Skylar, yes, I've heard of only 3-day orientations. You can get 2 to 3 weeks if you're a new grad, but that's still so little. Oh man. I didn't go into LTC because of the short orientation and high patient ratios. Yeah, and there's so many. And I'm about to drop a video. I'm about to drop a video on other things that nurses, LPNs can do. You don't have to just work in long-term care. Um, there are plenty of other things you can do besides just long-term care. So be on the lookout for that video tomorrow. I'll be dropping that joint tomorrow. Um, but let's get back into it. She says I'm currently working at Davita. That's dope. That's dope. My pops used to work there. Um, so let's get back. All right. Luther explained prior to the pandemic, the numbers of patients awaiting nursing home placement was around 20. It was around 20 patients, but now that number is between 70 and 90. Wow. Wow. Strong is reevaluating patients on an individual basis every day to see if an alternative to nursing home placement is available. But that alone isn't enough. According to Monroe County Health Commissioner Dr. Michael Mendoza, the county has the county has received its long-term care task force to find solutions. My hope is in the coming weeks we'll have something better to offer, but there is no question that this is having an impact on our community and our nursing homes. I think that's why it's even more important for people to stay out of the hospitals for things that they can stay out of the hospital for. They saying, look here, if you got a stomach ache, don't come. You dig? If you got a broken heart because your baby mama was cheating on you with your brother, don't come. There's nothing to come to the hospital for. If you got a hangnail, don't come. Only come to the hospital if you are seriously sick and injured. You feel me? Only come up in here if you are sick, for real, and seriously injured. All right. It says Luther said the route to fixing long-term care facility staffing shortages requires rebuilding new pipelines to healthcare. Why? This is where they lose me. But I'm gonna keep going with the article because I'm not gonna forget that. But this is where they lose me, though. This is where they lose me. Why they can't just say what it really is? Why they can't just say what it really is? You don't want to give up the paper. You don't want to give up the paper. All this Luther said route fixing long-term care, staffing shortage requiring rebuilding a new pipeline to healthcare, all that is just code for we don't want to pay them. We also have to think about the reimbursement and pay. Duh. And those are all things that are being addressed at different tables throughout the state, throughout the county, certainly in our own community and training programs. How do we intrigue how do we intrigue individuals into these care roles when what they've seen over the last 2 years is challenging to think about? How do we how do we think creatively about attracting them back? Luther said. Are they serious? Are they really asking that question? They can't be asking that. How do we attract more people to get into healthcare? Well, the reason most people were quitting in the first place was because of the pay. People are making $24 an hour Target. What the hell would I stay a CNA for if I can go make $24 an hour and do way less work and have way less responsibility? It makes no sense. If I was a CNA, I would not be a CNA unless that's just something that I truly enjoy to do out of the kindness of my heart. When I can go over to Target and make $24 an hour, or I can go work night shift at Walmart and make $20 an hour. There is absolutely no way, no way I will be sitting there doing that for 20. I mean, because I know some seniors getting paid $15, $16, $17 an hour. I know agency ones, they getting paid pretty good, like 23, 24 an hour. But, some of these staff places don't want to pay nothing but 18, 17, $16 an hour. That's crazy. I will go DoorDash first. I will Instacart first. That's wild. How do we attract people to come to healthcare? You pay them. All these think tanks and panels and all this discussion. Yeah, they trying to think of ways not to cut the check. Cut the check. Huh? You got it. So I make 22 as an LPN. Man, how long? What state you in? Because I know that a lot of times too, it varies state by state. Yeah, that I know in the South, like Florida, they LPNs getting shitted on as far as pay is concerned. So is the RNs. I know Ohio, they pay is pretty crappy too. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, Michigan is one of the best states, one of the best paid states for LPNs. I came in as a new nurse. I came in making 25. Excuse me. As a new nurse, I came in making 25. Fresh out of school. Fresh, yeah. See them southern states? They pay low to healthcare workers, man. Like I don't. You in Kentucky, yeah. Came in. It's probably because y'all got good weather or decent weather. Probably because that's what y'all paying for, the decent weather. Because I know Florida is trash, and I've been thinking about, like, in the wintertime, going to, like, relocating to Florida and some of the southern states. Now I heard Texas pay pretty good. But just doing some of the southern states, relocating to some of the southern states and for the wintertime and working, but not really, but working. So, my 27 at DeVita, new grad. See, yeah, Oklahoma. So, Ruby Red Nurse, what do you do at DeVita? What do you do at DeVita? Are you a dialysis nurse? Because I see a lot of that. Like, that's a big demand up here. That's a big demand up here. Like, they need, like, dialysis nurses. Like I said, I probably should, like, I've been in the game for a minute. I probably should expand my horizons as a nurse, especially as as an LPN and look to do more stuff. But I'm gonna keep it real. My time, it's priorities for me. My time, like, the most important thing in my life. You know what I'm saying? Besides my family, is my purpose and traveling this world. You feel me? Like, that's so if that comes with me staying in long-term care facilities because I get to make my own schedule, you know what I'm saying, I can get the most bang for my buck, then so be it. Now, I'm not saying, I don't know what it's like in other states or with the other fields. I know a lot of y'all do home care, and y'all can do that as you go and make a bag that way. But we're gonna talk about that tomorrow when I drop that video on things, other things that LPNs can do within the field. I hope I'm saying your name right. Mehmet Abina. I'm currently a nursing student working as a senior making 23. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, Ruby Red Nurse says, yes, sir. We're also pushing heparin. Get certified and starting IV. Yes. I'm glad you said that, because since I do have a minute before my RN program actually starts, I do want to go get certified in IV. I do want to do that. I'm glad you said that, because I'm about to put that in my calendar. I need to do that within the next month. So I think I'm gonna actually sign up for the class when I get back from my vacation. So I'm gonna put it on my calendar right now. Sign up for IV cert class. All right, and I'm about to do and then on that Monday, the 18th of July, sign up and to, like, I be having so much stuff to do, y'all. Like, I literally got to put my stuff on the calendar and like remind myself. Yeah, remind me one day before. It's crazy. Yeah, so cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Ruby Red Nurse, you gotta send me an email so I can interview you and talk about your experiences as a nurse. I'm about to put my email in the chat, and you can tell me about your experiences as a dialysis nurse. I used to know somebody that worked at DaVita besides my pops, and they were not a nurse, but I think they were like a tech. It was like a dialysis tech, so they were not a nurse. They pretty much assisted. Sally says, I believe it. I'm an agency CENA, and these nursing homes are almost all agency staff. Sometimes, oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. You ain't lied about that, because today it was like that today when I got off work. All besides one nurse, it was all agency, because people are getting tired. People are getting hit. And if any nurses and any CENAs want to come on this show and have a conversation about y'all experiences, I will put my email in the chat right now one more time. Please hit me up, because I would love to get some of y'all feedback, and I would love to have these conversations with y'all, because we need to talk about that. But they killing me with that. How do we make people become more attracted to working in healthcare? Well, you look at the thing that got them attracted in the first place, right? You look at the thing that got them attracted in the first place. All right, so I pinned my email to the top. There we go. So email is pinned to the top. If y'all want to go ahead and do that, let me see. All right, there we go. But for sure. Let's finish this. Y'all better pay them. As officials from URMC want to reiterate, they're working diligently to find creative solutions to these problems, but add, in the meantime, communities should still expect quality care. Listen here, man. That's damn near impossible. If it's two CENAs working on the unit, and you have 50 patients, and you have, I know sometimes I've heard stories of it being one nurse for 50 patients. I've even heard stories for it being one nurse for 60 patients. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. But for the sake of this scenario, I'm going to say, if you got 50 patients and you got one nurse or two nurses and two CENAs, there is still no way that you can get the most excellent quality care. So my question is, what exactly do you mean by quality? Because there's no way that one Cena can go around, feed, check and change, do ADLs. And even with the nurses' help, the nurses still got to pass pills. The nurses still got to chart. If you're a nurse like me, you're going to change people. If you're a nurse like me, you're going to help take people to the bathroom. If you're a nurse like me, you're going to help shower patients. So, with all that being said, it's damn near impossible to do that. Real talk. It's impossible to do that. And it's just like, what can we do to attract more people? Y'all getting paid off these like people. We not stupid, bro. And this is why you have to play the game accordingly, because this is a game. Because real talk, sometimes I be really thinking that these owners be thinking that we dumb. We're not dumb. People are not dumb. Some people are just in separate. Some people are just in situations to where they need some type of income. And when you need, the goal is to never need nothing or nobody, because when you need them, they are subject to treat you any way they see fit. Now, sometimes when you just getting started, you young and you grinding out here, sometimes you gonna have to eat shit. It's just part of the game. You have to start somewhere. If you ain't got no leverage, no money, no capital, no nothing, sometimes you have to do what you got to do and eat shit. And I do think that is a problem with a lot of younger people, especially dudes. You know what I'm saying? I try to talk to dudes. Like, a lot of these dudes don't want to eat shit. Like, these young dudes do not want to eat shit, because a lot of young dudes are attracted to this whole lifestyle that's perpetrated on Instagram, YouTube, fast money and scamming and all that type of stuff. And what you do is what you do. But even when you on the other side of the law, you still got to put in work and pay dues. So I'd rather be on the right side of the law. I ain't got to worry about somebody looking over or trying to jack me or rob me or looking over my shoulder 24/7 and all that kind of stuff. Put in the work now so you can celebrate and enjoy the fruits of your labor later. You feel me? A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to do that, but the goal is to never need them. That's why you stack your paper up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are getting in the finding ways to not trade so much time for money. But in the beginning, you gonna have to do that. If you don't have no inheritance, if your people not rich, if your parents not rich, and if it's just you and you got a family or whatever, and you taking care of your kids and all that kind of stuff, or if it's just you by yourself and you don't have none of them, uh, I ain't gonna call them handouts, because I don't think there's anything wrong with passing down wealth. I think that's actually dope. But if you don't have none of them assistive aids to help you, you are going to have to trade some time for that paper. It's no way around it. It's no way around it. You can't even invest. You can't even invest in yourself if you don't have the paper. You can't even pay for coaching. You can't even do none of that stuff. Like, I'm about to invest in a stocks class. That's an investment, because I'm learning how to trade my time. You know, I'm learning how not to trade in so much time for money and learning how to make my money work for me as a nurse. You feel me? And that's the thing about the healthcare field. I will say this. It is a phenomenal launching pad if you let it be that. And you remember that it is that. It's just a launching pad to do whatever you want to do. That's why I don't 100% crap on the health industry field, because it's a field that I am in, and it has provided me the resources to be able to do what I love to do, which is travel, which is podcast. I'm about to upgrade my studio. It's putting me in a position to where I can set myself up to win. I make my own schedule. I work when I want to work. It's all on me for the most part. 90% of it is based on how I move and how I don't. So if I don't do anything crazy, you know what I'm saying, and just keep up the work ethic that I have now, And you're supposed to play the game for what it is. But you're not supposed to stay in the game. The goal is not to keep needing them. And I think so much of us just focus on being good employees. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me. Why do you think I started this platform? It's no secret. If you an LP and you a nurse, you a senior, you need to start you a YouTube channel. Start your YouTube channel. YouTube gave me $100. You know what I'm saying? That was the first piece of passive income I've ever gotten. YouTube gave me a check for $100 because my platform is growing and people are watching and people are putting ads on my videos and all that kind of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? But you should be starting you a YouTube channel. Build you an audience. If that's, if you like to talk and all that kind of stuff, you got some personality, why not? Let them know what it's like to be a senior. Let them know what it's like to be a nurse from your perspective, because only you can tell your story. Get you a YouTube channel. Build you an audience. I don't do this for fun. I mean, I do it because I enjoy doing it, but this ain't for fun. This is business too. I take this very seriously because this can generate income for the rest of your life if you do it the right way and if you hustle the right way. So start your YouTube channel. Do something. Because just complaining, that ain't it. Because don't nobody care about that. That ain't it. Why y'all think I started the Traveling Heartbeats? And make sure y'all go subscribe to the Traveling Heartbeats YouTube page. That's the travel channel I got with my girl. And we go around the world. That can turn into passive income to the point to where I don't got to pick up another stethoscope again. I can truly just focus on what I love to do. You feel me? Now, don't get me wrong. My goal is to become the best nurse I can become, because with that comes valuable skills that you can get leverage in the marketplace. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. It comes with skills that you can leverage in the marketplace, especially if you are a nurse with a specialty that is in high demand. You get to write your own ticket. This is business. This is business. So, again, this is business. Shout out to future nurse Vera in the building. Hello there. But yeah, you gotta, man, I don't know. You gotta have a plan. You have to have a plan. You gotta know what you want. You gotta put that plan in motion. You gotta grind it out. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, you do YouTube for fun, your little channel for fun. No. Once this audience get big enough, I'm taxing. I'm playing. But when I get these high value nurse shirts and this high value nurse merch and this scrubs popping, you dig? Shout out to my family on YouTube. I know they're gonna support. So it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. I came off a 5-day stretch, put in my 60 hours a week. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He said, if you ain't working 60 hours that you're not getting paid for, you ain't got no right to complain about you being broke. You dig? You working 40 hours a week talking about you broke. That ain't the business. Oh, and can y'all hit that like button for me, please? Please hit that like button for me. Please, please, please. I would greatly appreciate that. Y'all so loyal. 14 likes. That's what's up. I appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm. Let me see. Oh yeah. Definitely. Merch definitely gonna be in all sizes. Oh yeah, them high value nurse t-shirts are coming. I'm learning how to. I'm working on some stuff. I'm about to be the nurse Mia Ray around here for real. The nurse version of Mia Ray. Shout out to that sister, designer from Detroit. She she make purses and all the stuff for the girls. I'm telling y'all, I'm finna be on that tip. I'm finna get y'all right. I'm finna have y'all some fly nurse bags. You dig, to carry y'all stuff in. I'm finna have y'all some fly scrubs. I'm finna have y'all some fly nursing shoes. I'm finna look. Y'all think I'm playing? I am about to squeeze every drop of juice out this lemon. Stop playing with me. I already got all that stuff in the works. I'm learning the business right now. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. Um, that's about it, really. I got my video tomorrow. Make sure y'all stay tuned tomorrow about how we go ahead and look at other ways to be a LPN. You ain't just got to work at the bedside, but the bedside is my bread and butter. And I actually do enjoy working in long-term care. I'm not gonna lie. I think some of the older patients are living history. You get some real interesting stories. Um, a lot of those people have no filter. They will tell you how they feel because a lot of them will tell you they too old to give a F. So I dig that. Oh, Bella Mama said, yes, CJ, we need merch. It's coming. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that because it's coming. I'm gonna need some of y'all to model my merch and model my scrubs and everything. All sizes. I don't care if you're on 600-pound life. I'm gonna figure out a way how we can get those extra linen and extra threads to get it around your 600-pound self. Cause we don't discriminate over here. I don't care. I don't care how big you are, how you look. We need all that merch. If Dr. Now tell me today, CJ, we need a high value nurse scrub shirt on this 600-pound bariatric patient, you best to believe I'm gonna figure out a way to get it done. For real. Yeah, the old folks do have the best stories. The old folks, and they say what they want to say and don't care what you think. Cause what you gonna do? What you gonna do? For real, what are you gonna do? They tell you. Like I had a patient a while ago. I was like, I took his sugar, and you can't make people do what they don't want to do. And I took the patient's sugar, and the sugar was like, I don't know, probably like 280, 290. And I'm like, Mr. Such and Such, your sugar is high. You should not be eating this stuff. That man looked at me. He said, look, man, I know you're doing your job. He said, but I'm 78 years old. He said, if I want some Skittles, I will eat some Skittles wherever I please. I ain't worried about that sugar, and that sugar ain't worried about me. Whatever gonna happen. And I said, what more can I say? What more can I do? I mean, what can I say? So he told me straight up. He said, look, I'm gonna eat these Skittles. I know you got a job to do, but this is my right. And I said, you absolutely right. And I documented. Patient wanted to continue to eat snacks, refuse insulin. Patient glucose level was such and such. We'll continue to monitor throughout the shift. And it was simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, look, what I'm gonna do? Take it from him? I can't take it from him. But them old people, that's how them old people get down on nursing home. They like, look, man, I'm already in the nursing home. Don't want to be here. So let me enjoy some of the things, those who are in their right mind. And he was in his right mind, A&O times 4, completely alert and oriented, all that stuff. Could have a whole conversation with you, tell you about his life. You did what I'm saying. He wanted some Skittles, even though his blood sugar was 289. And that's cool. If that's what he want to do, I wouldn't recommend it. But if that's what he want to do, that's what he like, that's what he want to eat, and he refusing to care, what can I say? So yeah, man. What y'all think I should call my scrub line? I was gonna call it High Value Nurse Scrubs. What y'all think? I don't know. Y'all help me come up with a name for it. I've been thinking about it a lot, though. For real. I'm telling you, I'm about to be the Mia Ray of the nurse world. For real. I don't know what I don't know. I was gonna call it High Value Scrubs. Something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know. I know. Oh, that's already a pot. That's done. That's done. I see you, Bella. That's done. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's done. HVN is good as trademark. So yeah, I ain't tripping on that. But all right, y'all. I done have fun with y'all this broadcast, and I'm gonna let y'all in a minute. Peace.